each year the Maronite Church celebrates the consecration and dedication of the church. But when we speak about the dedication of the church, what church are we referring to? To understand what really this dedication of the church means, we have to look at our Jewish roots in the Old Testament. If we open the first and second books of Maccabees, we see a story of the Jewish people and their temple. In the Jewish religion, the temple was very important because that was the only place that sacrifice could be offered. Without the temple, they couldn't offer sacrifice. And so if an enemy took the temple or defiled the temple, they could no longer offer their praise to God in its highest form. In Maccabees, we see this happen. The Greeks defile the temple of the Jews, and they're no longer able to offer sacrifice. So the Maccabees, a group of warriors, retake the temple, and they dedicate it back to God. We know this feast probably today as Hanukkah, which celebrates the retaking and the rededication of the temple. But as we know, the Romans later destroyed the temple, and once again the Jews are unable to offer sacrifice. In our tradition, Adam in Genesis was the first priest because he was the first person to offer sacrifice and praise to God. But we know, even though he was created in the image of God and God loved him, when he sinned, there was a certain break in his relationship with God. But we know that God loves us so much that he wanted to restore the relationship. And so Jesus Christ came and, like the Maccabees, retook the temple from the enemy, sin. Christ came and by his life, death, and resurrection, destroyed the enemy of sin and retook the temple that is humankind. And he rededicated this temple as the church, not a physical building, but the assembly of believers, with him as the head and the high priest, which he put in it the perfect sacrifice, his own sacrifice of his body and blood. And we have the confidence that unlike the temple of Jerusalem, this temple, the church, can never be destroyed because it is mystical and it has Jesus Christ, the eternal God, living and true, as its head. So long as the immortal God lives, our church cannot be taken by earthly enemies and cannot be destroyed. And in it, we celebrate its perfect sacrifice. So on this feast of the dedication of the church, we celebrate Jesus Christ defeating our enemy of sin, death, and Satan, and dedicating us, the church, as a true temple in which we can offer sacrifice each and every day of our lives.